104 days since the Grand Pran Pratishtha, Prime Minister Narendra Modi today was back in Ayodhya to offer prayers at the Ram Temple. Today was also the last day of campaigning for Phase 3 of elections, where 95 plus seats will go to vote. Voting in Faizabad Lok Sabha seat, under which the Ayodhya district falls, however, will take place in the 5th phase of Lok Sabha elections on the 20th of May. After offering prayers at Ram Lala's Mandir, Prime Minister then embarked on a massive roadshow with Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and BJP's Faizabad candidate Lallu Singh flocking by his side. There was a massive turnout of locals during the roadshow. The visuals of that are playing out on your screens right now, and look at the sentiment of the people on the ground who waited hours to get just one glimpse of the Prime Minister.
हम यहाँ करीब 3-4 घंटे से खड़े माननीय मोदी जी का इंतजार।
इतनी देर से वेट कर रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री की, ऐसा क्यों?
भारत के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री भारत के विश्वकर्मा हैं, जो भारत को संजो रहे हैं। जिस व्यक्ति के पास एक मकान नहीं था, जो जिंदगी भर पैसे कमा के मकान नहीं बना पा रहा था, माननीय मोदी जी ने प्रधानमंत्री आवास के तहत उनको आवास दिया। जो दवा के अभाव में मर जा रहा थे, आयुष्मान कार्ड दिया। जिसके
बीजेपी के कार्यकर्ता तो नहीं है? नहीं,
बीजेपी कार्यकर्ता नहीं।
कोई युग में कोई नहीं सोचता था कि हम लोगों का मकान बनेगा, आरसीसी मकान। और ये जान लीजिए कि विधवा पेंशन दिया, 500 से 1000 कर दिया। हर महीने एक एक घर में 30 किलो 40 किलो राशन जा रहा है। ऐसा कोई हम लोग सोच नहीं सकते थे कि ऐसा दिन आएगा। राम राज इतिहास में बहुत 500 वर्षों के बाद जो है ऐसा राज्य आया, कोई सोच नहीं सकता। मोदी कैसा नेता होना नामुमकिन है, जान लीजिएगा। राहुल को भी ये नहीं मालूम 26 राज्य कहाँ कौन से राज्य हैं। जो विदेश में रहने वाला वो हिंदुस्तान की आबादी नहीं मालूम कितनी आबादी हमारी घट रही, कितनी बढ़ रही है।
जी को ये कहना चाहेंगे वो प्रधानमंत्री बने और देश को आगे ले जाए। देश गरीब कहाँ से हो गया? देश जो है आज जो है 5वीं इकोनॉमी बन गया, तो गरीब कहाँ हो गया देश?
Now, the opposition parties were quick to link the darshan to dar. Parties like the Samajwadi Party, the Congress and Shiv Sena, UBT amongst others, all of them, by the way, in the dock for their political allergy to Ram Mandir, today came out to say that BJP is Bhagwan Bharose once again, as it is staring at a loss after first 2 phases, and which is why Prime Minister is taking the road to Ayodhya once again.
When anybody is passing through a difficult time, one is bound to surrender to God. Modi Sahab and BJP both are passing through very difficult time. So it is very natural Prime Minister is going to surrender to God.
2 चरण जो हो गए हैं चुनाव के, उसमें भारतीय जनता पार्टी पिछड़ गई है। तो अब राम नाम सत्य है। राष्ट्रपति जी को वहाँ भेजकर कुछ काम करने का कोशिश किया है। अब खुद मोदी जी जा रहे हैं, द्वारका जाएंगे, मथुरा जाएंगे, अयोध्या जाएंगे, सभी मंदिर घूमेंगे, लेकिन विकास की बात नहीं करेंगे।
मित्र, अब तो पूरे देश को ये क्लियर हो गया है कि ये चुनाव आप काम भरोसे नहीं लड़ रहे, राम भरोसे लड़ रहे हो। और जनता काम पे आपके वोट देना चाहती है, राम के नाम पे नहीं।
So why exactly did Prime Minister take the Ayodhya route today? Is the Ram Leher winning or waning? To answer that and many more such questions being posed by the opposition, we are now joined on the broadcast by our esteemed guests. Tuhin Sinha, national spokesperson of the BJP, is with us. Tushar Gupta, political analyst. Welcome to the show, sir. Dr. Nikul Patel, leader of the Congress, is with us. Tariq Khan, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, and Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, joins us. First question to you, Tuhin Sinha. There is no occasion, there is no Ram Navami, which, by the way, Prime Minister had to miss because he was campaigning. Why did Prime Minister go to Ayodhya today?
Priya ji, Jai Shri Ram to everybody. We don't look for an occasion to pray to Bhagwan Ram. We don't look for an occasion to go to Bhagwan Ram. That answers your question. The point is, the distance from Ayodhya to Rai Bareli is only 120 kilometers. It takes, barely 2.5 hours to reach there. But those who have undermined Bhagwan Ram, who have those who have questioned his presence will obviously never find the time. We find time despite all the hectic schedule, despite all the work that we have, because for us, Ram is synonymous with Ram Raj. But most importantly, in India, dharma is not about merely religion. Dharma has a larger connotation. It is about our responsibility towards the nation. And while Congress may punish its spokesperson, Radhika Khera, might harass her simply because she visited, Ayodhya, we will always cherish our moments at Ayodhya. And when I say it is about our national responsibility, look at how two congressmen have behaved today, and it's very important to bring that over here on your show. Vijay Vedattivar, the leader of Congress party in the Maharashtra Assembly, today he has questioned 26/11 blast and tried to, whitewash Pakistan's culpability. And number two, Charanjit Channi, the Chief Minister, Congress Chief Minister of Punjab, he has called the attack on Indian Air Force, camp yesterday in Kashmir. He has dubbed it as Nautanki, or he has dubbed it. So, it's about our national responsibility. And the reason why Congress is, the reason why Congress, is adharmi, the reason why Congress, cannot take a nationalist line is because it does not have faith in Bhagwan Ram. It does not subscribe to the ethos of Bhagwan Ram. So the difference is for you to see. We are proud Ram Bhakts, and we will go to Ram Bhakt to Ayodhya at every given opportunity.
You're saying it's not a coincidence at all that it comes as phase 3 campaigning draws to a close?
Well, Ayodhya is voting on 20th May. So, there are 2 weeks remaining for that. And in any case, even on the day of Ram Navami, when Prime Minister was in the Northeast, if I'm not mistaken, he had paid obeisance, on the internet at an opportune moment, at an auspicious moment. So, for us, like I mentioned, we would go to Ayodhya at every given opportunity.
All right.
We don't look for an occasion to be in Ayodhya.
Okay, Dr. Nikul Patel, do you buy that argument? They don't need an occasion. They don't need any excuse.
It's an honorable Prime Minister privilege, and if he wants to pay tribute to Lord Rama, he can go anytime. And any Indian and any citizen can go to take the blessings of Lord Ram. Even I can say Jai Shri Ram, and I truly believe in Lord Rama. We believe that कण कण में राम है और हर मनुष्य को सेवा प्रभु सेवा है, मानव धर्म ए प्रभु धर्म है. That is what we believe, and that is why we work for the people of our country. We always respect all our lords, whether it is Shiva, Ram, Krishna, Ganpati. That is what we believe in, and that is why BJP wants to furnish that we are not in that alignment with this kind of thing. But I would like to convey from here that whatever BJP can want to furnish, they can, because they always want to make the people realize that Congress is not following this kind of
No, but Mr. Nikul Patel, I don't think Radhika Khera is from the BJP, not till now at least. I don't think Pramod Krishnam is from the BJP, not till now at least. I don't think Arjun Modwadia was in the BJP when he said that it is the Congress that is stopping them from, following their Sanatan Dharma, and which is why they are taking the exit route.
See, the people who are leaving Indian National Congress, especially, I would like to know one name, that is Arjun Modwadia ji from Gujarat, Porbandar. And this is not the first time when any congressman is leaving Congress and cursing Congress. So that is their own, they want to build their own identity, and they don't want to prove themselves correct. So what they will do? They will say that Congress is not correct. So that is why they might be speaking like this. But otherwise, we always say that we are always with all religion, and in the entire our journey of
it's very interesting that you speak of identity, because that was something that was also highlighted by Prime Minister Narendra Modi today, and I would like our viewers to listen into what Prime Minister said about Rahul Gandhi, and how he has been changing his identity vis-a-vis his religion and display of his religion with respect to elections. Listen in.
सपा कांग्रेस की खोटी नियत का हिसाब बहुत लंबा है। आप याद कीजिए, 5 साल पहले कांग्रेस का शाही परिवार चुनाव के समय मंदिर मंदिर घूम रहा था। कोई कहता था इस कोने में मंदिर है, अरे बोलो चलो भाई। कांग्रेस के शहजादे ने तो कोर्ट के ऊपर जनेऊ तक पहन लिया था, लेकिन इस बार मंदिर के दर्शन बंद, कोर्ट के बाहर टंगा जनेऊ उतर गया।
Ashutosh Mishra ji, is it correct, Prime Minister's assessment?
Prime Minister has actually read Janta ke Man ki baat, and that is they are not happy with his performance. Bhooke bhajan na hoye. That is what Janta has told him. Janta, the feedback to him is that he has failed to sell the pakoda of Vikas and Virasat. So now he is indulging in this negative canvassing, where he will has nothing positive to say about his own party or his manifesto. He is just banking on what his mentor Advani ji had used, and that is Ram. And he comes from a parivar which has used fear-mongering since pre-independence, and this creating this Hindu-Muslim chasm to prosper. And that is what he is trying today. He will talk about Mangal Sudra Khatre mein hai. He will talk about
Ashutosh ji, Prime Minister did not say a single word today. He just went, he offered his prayers, he did a road show for his party candidate because the seat is going to vote on May 20, and then he left. He didn't say anything.
And you just showed a clip, and you were asking, your question came after
that. It's earlier in the day. It's earlier in the day. He did not. He said it in Etawah.
Yeah. So that clip actually showed his desperation. It's Modi going to Ram is Trahimam Trahima. He is again trying to bring religion into the discourse where it should have been the economy. It's the economy stupid. He is reminded of what happened to Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who kept talking about India shining and where he ended up. Now he is afraid that all his talk about Viksit Bharat, Atmanirbhar Bharat, nothing has happened at the ground level. The unemployment, the poverty is there for everyone to see.
Okay.
And that is what is scaring him into going back again and again to religion and trying to badmouth Rahul Gandhi.
I'll come to you, Tuhi Sinha. Let me take a non-political reaction from Tushar Gupta on this. Tushar, do you think that Ram is the last resort of the BJP, and because they see, especially given the low turnout in the first 2 phases, it has somehow unsettled, unnerved the BJP, and now there were also reports, some people said that Ram Leher probably peaked too early, and that is why there is a course correction, and Prime Minister's visit today is almost like a reminder to the people that jo Ram ko laye hain, aap unhi ko lekar aaiye.
Good evening. Look, the only people who see a Ram Leher or do not see a Ram Leher or talk about the peaking of Ram Leher are the ones who use Bhagwan Ram for their political means. Like the Congress, which in 2019, through its Supreme Court advocate, was telling the Supreme Court judges to delay the verdict. Like the many other parties who say that Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma needs to be eradicated like dengue or malaria. So these people see a peak in the Ram Leher, or they see him as the first or the last resort. But the man we are talking about, the Prime Minister, he's been behind the cause for more than 3 decades. There were no elections across the 3 decades, but he stood by the cause. The party stood by the cause. In January 22, when the Pran Pratishtha was going on, people said, why are you doing it in January and why not in April? Today, when he's just visited the temple, they are saying it's about elections. The opposition really needs to make up the mind. On one hand, they say that in the first 2 phases, the BJP has been wiped out, while their lackeys on social media say that the election commission is in the pocket of the BJP, this is an unfair election, this is not the kind of election India deserves. So the opposition right now comes across as rattled. They see Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Ayodhya before Bhagwan Ram, and they feel worried because their own leaders, they've used the gods for either political purposes, or they've abused the gods, or they've abused the people who believe in these gods. That's the problem with the opposition today. They do not understand the pulse of the people. I'll talk to you about Uttar Pradesh, Priya, because one was saying that probably Modi doesn't want to talk about poverty. The journalists should remember that 25 crore people have been pushed out of poverty in the last decade. The extreme poverty rate in India is now less than 3%. Homes, toilets, bank accounts, you name it. Everything has reached Uttar Pradesh. You know, Uttar Pradesh is a testament to how India is today. You see a socio-economic transformation in the rural areas. You see manufacturing in Uttar Pradesh, infrastructure. You see cultural renaissance in Uttar Pradesh. So you see everything going on in the state. And still this journalist had the audacity to say that he cannot talk about poverty. Congress left this country with a double-digit inflation rate. The Prime Minister has managed inflation under 8% despite 2 years of pandemic, despite this supply chain crisis across the globe, despite the food and energy inflation triggered by the Russia-Ukraine war. And then people say that what has the Prime Minister done?
Ashutosh ji, we actually heard a lot of people also, the reactions that are coming from the ground, while it is par for course for the opposition to say that Ram Leher is something that BJP is trying to ride on, but is it Ram Leher or is it Ram Rajya Leher? Because even the people are saying we are beneficiaries, we've got cylinders, we've got houses, we've got water connections, and that is why we are going to vote for the BJP.
So, two things. First of all, this 25 crore people being lifted above the poverty line is a questionable data generated by the Modi government.
Not for you.
There is nothing to support this number one. Number two, Modi government is an expert in changing the goalpost every now and then to show that it is done well economically when it hasn't done well as is shown in ground reality. You keep talking about this. He was talking about Ram. Modi, not just Modi. Before Modi, Advani ji used Ram. And it was used, this mandir was started against the mandal. It was the BJP's counter to mandal.
Nonsense.
And that is exactly what you are saying him trying to do now.
Absolute nonsense.
Modi will not talk to about economy and state the facts, because whether it is the COVID figures also, which was questioned by WHO, whenever you question your data, they will say there is something wrong. So Ram has been there from before that. Ram, if you remember, it was Rajiv Gandhi who got the locks open. It was Narasimha Rao whose affidavit in the court helped the court give
I need to respond to this.
Give this particular thing in favor of Ram Mandir. It is known to one and everyone, except the BJP will but what
about the question that PM raised, that now there has been some sort of a political allergy that has been developed? So the same Congress party, the same leaders who were seen wearing their janeu, wearing their religion on their sleeve, this time they have not done any such temple run. They are avoiding it because they know that there is going to be an inherent disadvantage for them in that.
No, I think that is again a communal card he is playing. And Narendra Modi thinks that if you are not in front of the camera while visiting temples, you are not there. And as you know, when Rahul Gandhi went to Kashi Vishwanath, his phone was taken away by the policemen.
Okay, you made 2 points. One about coming in front of the cameras. So, the other deduction that one can make from that is that actually we might have gone overboard with the Mandir coverage when it comes to the media and when it comes to the spotlight that was on that temple. And then after 2 phases of election, probably BJP realized that, oh no, we might have, overdone it earlier. And that's why there was this sort of an attempt to revive the focus, and who better to do it than the Prime Minister himself, Tuvin Sinha. Is that the strategy?
Our commitment to Ram Temple has been unequivocal from 1988. That is politically. Even before that, our workers have been actively supporting the Ram Temple. But from 1988, from the Palampur Adhiveshan of BJP, our support has been unequivocal. So why is there an issue at all?
So there is absolutely no
every given opportunity. But more importantly, it seems, the opposition is completely ignorant of the concept of temple economy. 25,000
temple
crores
economy is
of
something
revenue
that
coming to the
that is
Uttar
a round
Pradesh
the year
government
thing.
Only this year because of the development of Ayodhya.
Temple economy in the middle of elections, 2 phases gone, 3 phases to go.
The growth,
5 phases to go.
I think
tough to believe.
I need to make this larger point. the growth of temple, the development of our temple towns is directly linked to the growth of our economy. Please understand that as we chase our Viksit Bharat goals of 2047, the next push of GDP numbers are going to come from tier 2 and tier 3 cities. We are absolutely unapologetic of the need to develop our temple cities, and Banaras, Ujjain and Ayodhya have set a template for other places.
All those points Tuheen can also be made. All those points can also be made without going and paying a visit to Ayodhya. Tushar Gupta, quick point, then I really must bring in Samajwadi Party guest in because he's been patiently waiting for a while now. Tariq Khan will be next.
No. I need to counter the lies that were blabbered by the journalist just a while back. He says that the BJP is trying to play the communal card. The Congress on page 8 of their manifesto is talking about prioritizing minorities for public work contracts and whatnot. He says that the BJP is faking the 25 crore number. It's questionable. The monthly per capita expenditure says that the people in the rural areas are now spending more on items that are non-food grade items. They're going beyond their expenditure. He says that the government is worried that they do not have made a mark in the first 2 phases. Please ask him what will he make about Rahul Gandhi not being able to contest Amethi, leaving KL Sharma to contest it alone. He says that the BJP has no evidence to offer on COVID and how they manage COVID. And please tell us why, when the Western nations were tracking double-digit inflation in 21 and 22 and 23, India was one of the countries, one of the largest economies not to have double-digit inflation. He says that the UPA under Ram Mandir was before Advani, it was there with Rajiv Gandhi. Then please tell me, why was it the Congress who dismissed the Pran Pratishtha event as a political event of the RSS and the BJP? If the Congress was so invested in the cause of Bhagwan Ram, why were they ones who boycotted the event on 22nd January 2024? Please do not spread lies on national television. It's my utmost request to you.
I hope.
Ashutosh Mishra, I will come to you. Keep that point in mind. Let me bring in Samajwadi Party guests as well. Tariq Khan, on the question of parties who haven't visited Ayodhya or Ram Mandir, one could have understood if you didn't go on the 22nd of January because, you said it was a BJP event. You would have been seen as playing into the hands of the BJP agenda. It's been 104 days since then. Do you think it is of any political merit to go or not to go to Ram Mandir? Because everybody in the top brass of your party has said कि हम जब जाएंगे तब हमारा मन होगा तब हम जाएंगे, भक्ति तो है, श्रद्धा तो है.
I hope you'll give me time and everyone will listen to me. Listen, Prime Minister is asking others Prime Minister is asking about questioning others ask. Now it's something very personal. If somebody thinks or his inner conscience or whatever he thinks, then he'll just go for wherever he wants or whatever temple he wants, he'll go. Prime Minister also has that freedom. If he wants to go Ayodhya, he has his right to go there and practice whatever he wants. Exactly in the same manner, Akhilesh and Rahul ji also have. Akhilesh many times said that yes, I'll visit over there and जब बुलावा आएगा वो जाएंगे. तभी हम कहते हैं कि बुलावा आएगा. पहली बात. और मुझे लग रहा है कि he's campaigning for Lallu Singh. I am right or wrong, he's campaigning for Lallu Singh, the same Lallu Singh who said that I want 400 seats, we want 400 seats to change the constitution. I just want Prime Minister to clarify that what...
Prime Minister has already clarified. Prime Minister has already clarified, and after that even Lallu Singh has said...
Change the ticket of Lallu Singh, change the ticket of Lallu Singh. What Lallu Singh say, I want to just I'm saying the same thing. What Lallu Singh say? If you disagree with Lallu Singh, change the ticket. Now, if provided Lallu Singh is the candidate, let me complete what I am saying. I haven't completed. You have not given me.
Sir, you posed a question. I'm trying to get an answer to that.
Samajwadi
What
Party
changes in constitution you are going to make? Reservation of SC is going to be changed. Reservation.
No, what exactly is the question? What exactly is the question?
The question is that why is Prime Minister standing in support of somebody who said that party wants 400 plus seats because they will change the constitution? Why didn't you take away his ticket when he said that?
Constitution, I am not privy to the statement made by the candidate, but You know, we are all for positive amendments in the Constitution. We made the 102nd amendment wherein the OBC Commission, the National Council of Backward Caste, was given constitutional status. So we are all for positive amendments in the Constitution. That does not mean altering, or that does not mean changing the Constitution. There have been 106 amendments to the Constitution, and we will continue to make positive amendments. You know, I think the Samajwadi Party today needs to answer. Their senior most MP, who unfortunately is no more today, Shafirul Barq, on the eve of Pran Pratishtha, had very categorically said that I will pray to Allah for the day when the mosque is rebuilt over there. Does Samajwadi Party stand by his words? I think Samajwadi Party today on your show needs to apologize for killing car sevaks in 1990 instead of questioning us. Will they apologize on your show for killing car sevaks?
According to, let me respond. According to CRPC, according to CRPC 129, 130 and 131, local administration take action or take decision on any type of crisis being made at the local level. This is what exactly written in IPC 106, IPC section 100, IPC section 103, IPC section 129, 130 and 131 explain all these things.
क्या
if in a area,
CRPC की कहां से बात कर रहे हैं? क्या आप शफीरुल बर्क की विचार से सहमत हैं? आप वो बताइए, आप क्या मुझे CRPC के क्लॉजेस गिना रहे हैं, सेक्शंस गिना रहे हैं? Do you agree with Shafirul Barq's statement that he will wait for the day when the mosque is rebuilt over there? आपके एमपीज जो हैं निरंतर ये संशय पैदा कर रहे थे कि they do not have faith in the Supreme Court judgment. So I think Samajwadi Party has always had a very fishy role. Samajwadi Party has always been anti-temple. So obviously, you know, why should we take their comment seriously on Ram Temple?
जो लोग इस दुनिया से चले गए, कम से कम इतनी तो इज्जत रखिए कि उनके बारे में सवाल मत उठाइए. मैं 15 सवाल अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी के बारे में भी उठाऊंगा.
No, so let's bring it back to people who are still here. People,
उनकी बातों का.
Sir, let's bring it back to people who are still here.
तब तक आपने क्या खंडन किया उनकी बातों का?
तारिक जी, सीधा सा सवाल. अखिलेश जी और डिंपल यादव जी ने बोला था कि हम जाएंगे, इनविटेशन आएगा तो भी जाएंगे, नहीं आएगा तो भी जाएंगे. जनवरी 22 को नहीं गए, तब से 100 दिन से ऊपर हो चुके हैं. क्या वो जाना चाहते हैं या आपको लगता है कि ये कोई बेंचमार्क है ही नहीं? गए तो गए, नहीं गए तो नहीं गए.
Exactly what अखिलेश जी सेड कि जब बुलावा आएगा जाएंगे. अगर आपका कोई परमात्मा से, बीजेपी के प्रवक्ता का डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट है भगवान से, तो जरा पूछ के बताए कि कब बुलाया जाएगा. और अगर बुलाने का कोई मतलब नहीं है तो ये गाना क्यों गाया जाता है कि माता ने बुलाया है?
सर, किसके बुलावे पे जाएंगे? I don't understand. Are you mocking अखिलेश यादव because he said कि जब भगवान,
हमारा कनेक्शन बस अपनी कॉन्शियस से है, अपनी अंतरात्मा से है. हम अपनी अंतरात्मा की आवाज सुनते हैं. आपकी अंतरात्मा की आवाज मर चुकी है.
तो भगवान क्या,
गांधी की अंतरात्मा की आवाज मर चुकी है. वो सारी जगह जाएंगे लेकिन वो वहां नहीं जाएंगे.
देखिए, ऐसा है, उन्होंने कहा कि बुलावा आएगा जाएंगे. उन्होंने जाने से नहीं मना किया. अब उनके जाने पे सवाल नहीं उठना चाहिए. उनका, जब मैंने कहा ये उसका हर आदमी के पर्सनल आस्था का मामला है, प्रधानमंत्री को लगता है तो वो जाए. हमने उस पर सवाल एकदम नहीं उठाया. ऐसे ही अखिलेश जी की भी अपनी आस्था.
सर, सवाल तो उठाया है, सवाल तो उठाया है आज. इनफैक्ट आज ही अखिलेश कटियार जी, जो कि अभी तक तो आपकी पार्टी में ही है, उन्होंने बोला है कि राम के लिए कोई वोट नहीं पड़ता है, ये लोग जाते हैं राम के नाम पे वोट मांगने के लिए. तो सवाल तो उठाया है.
अलग अलग पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स के अपने स्टेटमेंट होते हैं, मगर
है तो आपकी पार्टी के ही लीडर
नीपेंद्र मिश्रा जो उस टाइम प्रमुख सचिव थे जब कार सेवकों पे गोली चली, उनको राम मंदिर ट्रस्ट का अध्यक्ष बनाया. क्यों बनाया? और कोई मिश्रा नहीं थे क्या आपके पास? साकेत मिश्रा उनके बेटे, उनको
क्या बोल रहे हैं?
अगर डिसीजन मेकिंग में चीफ मिनिस्टर का हाथ होता है तो नीपेंद्र मिश्रा का भी हाथ होता है. ही वॉज द प्रमुख सचिव एट दैट टाइम. तो आप कार सेवकों पे हमले का जिम्मेदार मुलायम को देते हैं.
कहा की बात कहाँ ले